Hello and welcome to HDpiano. My name is Dion. Today we're learning how to play Good Riddance, which you might also know as Time of Your Life by Green Day. In this part 1 video, I'm going to take you through the opening riff of the intro and also the chords of the song. And the intro sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? So that's the intro part of the song. We're going to go through that in nice fine-tooth detail, but also show you the rest of the chords inside this song if you want to be able to play and sing along. The rest of the song, for me, is going to be a melody version. I'm going to take you through the rest of the song and how it is played melodically on the piano. That'll be over at HDpiano with the rest of the parts of this video. So to get stuck into this straight away, we have 3 main chord shapes inside this song. We have kind of a G major chord shape. And at the moment, I'm really just playing Gs and Ds in both hands. Middle C, by the way, is right here. So this right hand is kind of in and around that area or just below a lot of the time. So we have this kind of open G shape, which you might call a G with a no 3, a removed 3, or just a G5, or you might know it as a power chord. Anyway, it sounds very nice and full, but also very open. The next shape we're going to look at is the same shape in the right hand, but the left hand's going to move to C. So it's kind of a G over the top of a C bass. And then the next shape is a D shape. And again, this is an open D, so we have D in the left hand, right hand has A and D as well. So there are 3 main shapes through this intro. The G over C, and then the D. So these 3 shapes are going to take us through this opening riff. Now this opening riff originally was played on acoustic guitar, so it's going to sound a little different on the piano, but it is a lot of fun to play those kind of syncopated strumming patterns that guitarists use on the piano. So with these 3 shapes we've just looked at, there is one main groove that kind of echoes throughout. And this groove is built on, I guess, 2 blocks inside each chord or each half of a bar. The first block is we play on beat 1 and then beat 1 and. So if we're counting in 16ths, which we will be, we have this sound of 1 E and A, 2 E and A. So we have a nice steady dun, dun, bum, 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 bum kind of feel. And this goes throughout this intro. It also goes throughout the entire song, to be honest. So we're going to match up some notes from these shapes to that groove. So the very first bar of this intro, we're going to have the left hand playing on the 1 and the and, 1 E and then on beat A, we're going to come in really quickly with the D in the right hand. So we have 1 E and A. That's our very first bit of rhythm. Then on beats 2 E, 2 and 2 A, we're going to go back and forth from the right hand to the left hand to the right hand. So in full, it'll sound like this. 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A. So we get that nice pulse going. Dun, dun, dun. Now that, as a little riff, reminds me a lot of another song, and I can't quite put my finger on it. So if you have an idea of what that little rhythm reminds you of in a different riff, different guitar song from like the 60s or 70s, let me know in the comments. It's kind of doing my head in at the moment. So that's our opening bar of the intro. As it goes through, because guitars are naturally a little less, I guess, specific sometimes in their note selection when you're strumming, as we go through that pattern the second time, we're going to add on the G underneath our D on the 3 E and A count. One more time through that first bar. 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Just like that. All right, moving on to the next bar. we're going to go to our second shape. So left hand is playing C. We're going to keep that open G shape in the right hand. And our pattern this time, we're going to stay on C for both of our first two hits. So we're going to have 4 E and R, 1 E and R, 2 E and R. Just like that. Again on that C chord, 4 E and R. And on our last chord, which is our D, both hands are going to come together on beat 3. Left hand plays D, right hand plays A. Then it's going to be left hand by itself on the 3 and count. So we're going to have 3 E and R, both notes in the right hand from our shape. And then E and R, going to drop down to G at the end of that. So again, just on the D bar, we're going to have 2 E and R, 3 E and R, 4 E and R. And that's going to lead us back into the repeat. Let's go through that second bar in full from the C. 4 E and R, 1 E and R, 2 E and R, 3 E and R, 4 E and R. And that takes us back to the start. Second time through is no different, other than you may want to give yourself some time at the end of the second repeat to get in position to start playing the melody of the song, which begins up on a B above middle C. So if you do want to continue the melody, which I'm going to show you in the next video, I would suggest cutting that riff a little bit short just before that point. Let's go through that intro riff in full one more time, a little bit faster, and then again at full speed before I take you through some of the chords. Always a good idea to try to master it slowly before going to full speed. 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Alright, so that's the intro. One more time, this time at full speed. Now this song does move around a bit in its tempo. I'm going to start you at 93 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So it does kind of canter along there at full speed, like a nice little guitar riff should. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to take you through the chords of this song because that riff is going to get us through a lot of the intro, also through the verses. If you want to start mixing this up as you sing, we're going to show you, I guess, the rest of the chords inside this song. So the verse starts on that same pattern with a G major to the C major, and we can hollow it out to that G over C if we want to, or go to a full C major chord, and then D major. Back to G, then through C and D. We now have a new chord coming up, E minor. Then we go back to D, then to C, and then to G. Those 4 chords again, E minor, D, C, and then G. Then we hit the chorus, again with an E minor, back to G, E minor, G, E minor again, then to D, and then we finish on G. Those chords will take you through the entire song. Just a 4-chord song, really easy. So what you can do if you want to accompany yourself is just take those 4 chords and apply it to that rhythm we learned in the intro. Dun dan, da 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 dun dan, da 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 dun dan, da 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 dun dan. It'll sound like this. And that feel and that chord progression is about as close as we get to playing the guitar on the piano. We have a really kind of upbeat kind of strumming pattern there, working through these chords. So further on in the song, we're going to hear some of that kind of strumming pattern with some slight variations. as well as the melody. So follow me over to HDpiano. While you're on the internet, make sure on our YouTube you're subscribed to our channel. Plenty of fun stuff on there, as well as on your favorite socials at HDpiano. Send your requests our way at requests.hdpiano.com. And my name is Dion. I'll see you again here next time, and bye for now.